everyone, singing Sarah here from Sunflower Music. Welcome to this week's Sing and Rhyme Storytime. Glad you're here with me. Clap everybody and say hello. Clap everybody and say hello. Clap everybody and say hello, no matter what the weather. Wave everybody and say hello. Wave everybody and say hello. Wave everybody and say hello, no matter what the weather. Nod everybody and say hello. Nod everybody and say hello. Nod everybody and say hello, no matter what the weather. Let's try something loud. Can you stomp your feet? Stomp everybody and say hello. Stomp everybody and say hello. Stomp everybody and say hello, no matter what the weather. Now let's do something quiet. Let's whisper and we'll tiptoe. Tiptoe everybody and say hello. Tiptoe everybody and say hello. Tiptoe everybody and say hello, no matter what the weather. Can you dance? Dance everybody and say hello. Dance everybody and say hello. Dance everybody and say hello, no matter what the weather. Everybody sit down, sit down, sit down. Everybody sit down now. Do any of you guys know what this kind of place is called? It's a desert. If you're reading, you might have read that too, because I wrote it up there. This is a desert habitat. We're going to learn a little bit about the desert today. Oh, give me a home, a dry desert home, where the sun shines most every day. Cacti and yucca plants, lizards, camels, and ants call the desert habitat home. Well, what is a habitat? Well, let's listen and see if we can find out from the song. Home, sweet habitat homes, where the plants and the animals roam. They're comfortable here any time of the year. They're adapted to their habitat homes. A habitat has specific types of weather, and the animals are adapted to that weather. So here it's very dry and hot and sunny, but that's okay for the lizard and the camel and the ants and the cacti because they're adapted to that. Now, if you tried to put those animals and those plants up into the Arctic, they couldn't survive. They're not adapted to that cold weather. So let's meet some more animals that live in the desert. So I lived in Arizona for a few years, and that is a desert habitat. And there are some really, really interesting animals that live in the desert habitat. And I was lucky enough to see one of these just one time. Do you know what that is? It's a bird. It's a roadrunner bird. And just like it says, it runs really fast. So we're going to go way out west and meet some animals like the roadrunner. Way out west are roadrunners, yippee, yippee-oh. Way out west are roadrunners, yippee, yippee-oh. With a run, run here and a run, run there. Here a run, there a run, everywhere a run, run. Way out west are roadrunners, yippee, yippee-oh. Okay, let's see what else lives out in the desert. This is an interesting creature. Kind of looks like a pig, doesn't it? It's called a javelina. Can you say that? Javelina. Now, when a javelina is tired, it's going to go under one of the trees and dig a little spot in the sand and rest. So that's what our javelinas are going to do right now. Way out west, our javelinas. guys are going to know this one. It's a snake. It's a rattlesnake. So at the very end of his body, he has a rattle that he uses to protect himself. That if you're coming too close to him, he will shake it and rattle it so that you know not to get too close. Way out west are rattlesnakes. Yippee, yippee-yo. Way out west are rattlesnakes. Yippee, yippee-yo. With a rattle, rattle here and a rattle, rattle there. Here a rattle, there a rattle, everywhere a rattle, rattle. Way out west are rattlesnakes. Yippee, yippee-yo. So, definitely don't want to come too close to a rattlesnake. If you hear the rattle, stop. Now this one's a little less intimidating. It's a jackrabbit. Look at those ears. They are so big. I love them. So I bet you can guess how a jackrabbit moves. It hops. Are you ready to hop? Way out west are jackrabbits. Yippee, yippee-yo. Way out west are jackrabbits. Yippee, yippee-yo. With a hop, hop here and a hop, hop there. Here a hop, there a hop, everywhere a hop, hop. Way out west are jackrabbits. Yippee, yippee-yo. I have one more. And this animal actually is adapted to a number of different habitats. It's a coyote. So you definitely see them in the desert, but you also see them here in the plains in Kansas. So now coyotes, to communicate with each other, they go howl. Can you guys howl with me during the song? Here we go. Way out west are coyotes. Yippee, yippee-yo. Way out west are coyotes. Yippee, yippee-yo. With a ho here and a ho there. Here a ho, there a ho, everywhere a ho. Way out west are coyotes. Yippee, yippee-yo. So now you know there's some animals from the desert. We're going to see some of those same animals and some new ones in our story today, which is called Way Out in the Desert. That's the title. The authors are T.J. Marsh and Jennifer Ward. Authors, authors, what do you do? I write the words in the book for you. And the illustrator is Kenneth J. Spangler. Illustrator, illustrator, what do you do? I draw the pictures in the book for you. This is a fun counting book to the melody of Over in the Meadow. And there's also some really neat hidden pictures in here. There's a number hidden on every page. Way out in the desert, having fun in the sun, lived a mother horned toad and her little toady one. Scurry, said the mother, I scurry, said the one. So they scurried all morning, having fun in the sun. And there's a one disguised as a cactus back there. Way out in the desert where the wildflowers grew, lived a mother hummingbird and her little hummers too. Sip, said the mother, we sip, said the two. So they sipped and they dipped where the wildflowers grew. They're sipping the nectar out of the flowers. And oh, look, there's number two. Do you recognize these? That's the javelina we saw earlier. Way out in the desert by the Palo Verde tree lived a mother javelina and her little piggies three. Snooze, said the mother, we snooze, said the three, 'cause they rooted all night by the Palo Verde tree. They're sleeping. The Palo Verde. Verde means green in Spanish, and sure enough, that tree is green. Has anyone spotted the number 3? There it is. We talked about this one too. Way out in the desert near the Ocotillo door lived a rattlesnake mother and her baby snakes 4. Rattle, said the mother, we rattle, said the four, so they rattled in the shadow of the ocotillo door. Now where? There are 4 of them, so there has to be a number 4 hidden in here somewhere. Do you see it? I found it. It's tricky. Back here. Now I'm going to go all the way to the back really fast because back here there's a glossary and it talks about the ocotillo. It says these beautiful plants look like seaweed in the desert landscape. They are sometimes called living fences because cut pieces stuck in the ground as fence posts will frequently grow roots and sprout blossoms on the top. So this, even though it looks like a fence, is actually a plant called the ocotillo. Way out in the desert where the cactus bloom and thrive lived a mother Gila Monster and her little monsters 5. Burrow, said the mother, we burrow, said the 5. So they burrowed and they dug where the cactus bloom and thrive. Oh, they're digging. They're burrowing. Now, there are 5 babies, so there's a number 5 hidden somewhere. It's on the mother Gila Monster. There it is. Way out in the desert in a nest built of sticks lived a mother road runner and her little chicks 6. Run, said the mother, we run, said the 6. So they ran, chasing lizards near the nest built of sticks. Oh no, that lizard's running fast, isn't he? Now I see the number 6 in the nest. Do you see it? Right there. Way out in the desert where saguaros reached to heaven lived a mother jackrabbit and her little jack 7. Snuggle, said the mother, we snuggle, said the 7. So they snuggled all night where saguaros reached to heaven. Oh, there's the 7. These guys, don't want to get close to these guys. What is that? It's a scorpion. Way out in the desert on the old corral gate lived an old scorpion mother and her little scorpions 8. Hold on, said the mother, we'll hold on, said the 8. So they rode on her back up the old corral gate. So they ride on her back. That's how she keeps them safe. Do you see the 8s? It's part of the gate. Hey, those rhyme. There it is. 2 more. Way out in the desert where the moon shone fine lived a mother coyote and her little pups 9. Howl, said the mother, we howl, said the 9. So they howled and they barked while the moon shone fine. Looks like one of their tails is the 9. There it is. Anyone who really knows me knows that spiders aren't my favorite, but these are actually not dangerous spiders in any way. They're just really big and hairy. It's tarantulas. Way out in the desert in a prickly pear den lived a montarantula and her little spiders 10. Spin, said the mother, we spin, said the 10. So they spun all night in their prickly pear den. It looks like she knitted herself a little number 10 down there. And so many interesting creatures. Now, I want to point out the Gila Monster. It's not actually a monster. What is it? It's a lizard. They are poisonous, but they don't have fangs. Their venom flows down the grooves of their back teeth each time they bite down. So you still don't want to get close to them, do you? Now, next thing, I need you guys to find something to shake. I have a shaker egg, and you can get a shaker egg, or you can get a maraca, or you can get a spice container, something to shake, kind of like the rattle on our rattlesnake. I don't have a rattlesnake, but I do have a snake. This is my friend, Silly Sam. He's actually a really friendly snake. And do you know what he's made out of? He's made out of a sock. So he is going to get the shaker just like you guys and play along. Silly Sam the sneaky snake, hides behind a rock and he starts to wait. Can you hide him? Oh, where'd he go? And he shakes up high and he shakes down low, wiggling and a grinning and away he goes. Now make him slither and shake your shaker, shake your rattle. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Silly Sam the sneaky snake hides behind a rock and he starts to wait. Where'd he go? Then he shakes so fast and he shakes so slow, wiggling and a grinning and away he goes. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Silly Sam the sneaky snake hides behind a rock and he starts to wait. Where'd he go? And he shakes up high. Can you go way up high, way up high, way up high? And he shakes down low, way down low. You can't even see him. He's so down low. There he is. Wiggling and a giggling and away he goes. Can you sing la with me? La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. One more time. Silly Sam the sneaky snake hides behind a rock and he starts to wait. And he shakes so fast, 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 go, 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 go. And he shakes so slow, shakes slowly, wiggling and a giggling and away he goes. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yay! Did you have fun? Said bye. I have some flags here. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 fingers. Can you show me 5 fingers like 5 flies? Very nice. Now, what color are those flies? They're black. 5 little black flies flying around the cactus, teasing Mr. Lizard, saying, "You can't catch us." Along comes Mr. Lizard, oh so sly, and he ate one tasty little fly. Maybe they shouldn't tease Mr. Lizard. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4. You show me 4? Make them fly. 4 little black flies flying round the cactus, teasing Mr. Lizard, saying, "You can't catch us." Along comes Mr. Lizard, oh so sly, and he ate one tasty little fly. Now how many are left? 1, 2, 3. Now when he eats them, can you do that really fun slurp sound with me? It's kind of a rude sound to make when you're eating, but it's a fun sound to make when you're doing a song. 3 little black flies flying round the cactus, teasing Mr. Lizard, saying, "You can't catch us." Along comes Mr. Lizard, oh so sly, and he ate one tasty little fly. Now there are 1, 2 little black flies flying round the cactus, teasing Mr. Lizard, saying, "You can't catch us." Along comes Mr. Lizard, oh so sly, and he ate one tasty little fly. Just one left. One little black fly flying round the cactus, teasing Mr. Lizard, saying, "You can't catch us." Along came Mr. Lizard, oh so sly, and he ate that tasty little fly. The end. Thank you guys so much for joining me for story time this week. Next Monday there is no story time because it is Labor Day, so I'll see you guys again in 2 weeks. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, my friends. Music was fun today. I'll see you soon again. Have a great couple weeks.